On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, I'm tired, but I've got an epic story to tell you. I do want to address one thing. In yesterday's video, everybody who talked about me not wearing eye protection, come on. I'm all about the safety squints, but if I'm using a cutoff wheel and a cutoff wheel in general, I'm probably wearing safety glasses because they always come apart and go through arms and stuff. So I was definitely wearing these. And if you look at if you like frame by frame that section, you can see I'm wearing these. And they're actually kind of terrible to wear. It's hard to see. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Chair Go, and today I'm here in the garage, and yesterday we finished up getting the engine out of the 350Z, as you can see right there, and I went inside and I edited that video, and about 9:30 one of my friends reached out to me and he said, "Hey man, could we use your truck and a trailer to go get my dad's Suburban that he custom ordered from the factory, 3/4 ton Suburban, and it's in Oklahoma?" And I was like, give me a minute, I'm still editing. Well, as you guys know, I got the video out at 11:45, which is pretty typical, and we went straight to the truck, picked up the trailer, and drove 145-ish miles to Oklahoma City to pick up a car. And it's a very interesting story, and I can't wait to show you guys the car, tell you a little bit more about our trip, and how we got back at 7 in the morning, and I just got back up. It's a little afternoon. And here is Jason's 1996, or maybe 97, the date of manufacture is 10 of 96, 3/4 ton Suburban. And it's absolutely wild, mostly because it weighs, what, like 7,000 pounds? And we pulled this onto the trailer by hand, which I do not recommend. But the issue here is we don't have a winch for this trailer, and there's no place to put a winch on this trailer. And a lot of times when you're pulling lowered cars, the nose needs to sit about here to get the weight balance correct. And yeah, this thing, that we did not get the weight balance correct. that trailer is forward loaded, but that's the only place this thing could sit, and it just weighs a ton. But so here's the story. Jason showed up around 11:30. I finished up around 11:45. We hopped in the truck, picked up the trailer, and as we headed south out of Wichita, things got wild. Tree branches started flying across the road, and it was just insane outside. And I was considering turning back for a minute. I was like, is it gonna tornado like right now? So I pulled up the weather app on my phone, and it said there was a high wind advisory, like a dangerous high wind advisory, 30 to 40 mile an hour, sustained winds gusting to 65. And the truck's moving around on the road, and luckily I can actually pull up the radar on the screen in there too. So I pulled that up, left it up there so we could take a look at that as we drove, because I was concerned. But as we headed towards Oklahoma, it chilled out just a little bit, and it was 3 a.m. when we got there. We grabbed some Whataburger, had some, midnight dinner, which was amazing. Get that number 2, and I was good to go. So we got to the place where this thing was, and it was buried in mud up to about here, basically. You can see the line where that's about where the dirt was sitting on the wheel from this thing just sinking. Oh, speak of the Jason, and he appears. Aha, that thing's nasty, nasty. It sounds so good. We need one more blip. One more blip. Yeah, will it make supercharger sounds in your truck? Oh. Man, that thing's nasty. So we got there, and it was so stuck in the mud. I hooked the come along up, and I was like, we're not gonna be able to move this. So what we ended up doing was hooking this thing to the trailer, putting 2 straps on the front of it. We pulled it forward a couple feet. We got it out of the hole, and then I tried again. And there we were not gonna have any luck because we were pulling it uphill by hand. So we threw in the towel on that, and we ended up dragging this thing, I don't know, a 1/16 of a mile around the corner, and there was a big downhill. And that big downhill was critical to loading this car. And we spent the next hour with a come along that was strapped onto that D-ring with a ratchet strap so we get the come along to about here, because there's never enough cable on those things. And we worked this thing on a couple inches at a time. We could only do about 3 hits before we couldn't move the truck anymore. It's because the e-brake was locked up on the back wheels. After we got the front onto the trailer, we got those wheels to about here. I still had that thing double strapped. We put the truck in drive, and it was in 4-wheel drive already just from trying to pull it through the dirt, and the brakes freed up. So we were able to get the rest of the way on in about 30 minutes. As you guys can see, it was literally dragging down the asphalt for a long time. Once we got to Oklahoma City, I said, we're getting this thing home no matter what. So we just kept going until it was on, and it about killed us. Back hurts, hands hurt. everything hurts. If you don't know what a come along is, it's a little cable winch that you run by hand. There's the come along, and then I had a second ratchet strap hooked up as a safety and one ratchet strap hooked to the come along so we'd have enough cable to get the thing on there. So we got the thing on the trailer, of course. It was extremely painless to get it home. We threw the max straps on there and just headed straight home, no problems. It actually drives really well with the thing loaded. So now what we're gonna try to do is get it to start, because the first thing I did try, because I did want to drive it onto the trailer to save our backs and our lives, like 2 hours of our lives loading this car, we hooked the jump pack up. The battery in it was kind of charged because Jason had gone down there before and weeded it around it and charged the battery. We got it to crank and it would kind of stumble like it wanted to fire, but it didn't fire. So I checked the test port last night and put my finger on the Schrader valve and fuel just dribbled out. Fuel should have exploded out because the pump had just primed, so I do think it has a bad pump. Our game plan now is to go get a fuel pressure tester, check it, and then maybe just spray some fuel down in there and see if it runs. Quick run to O'Reilly's where we picked up the fuel pressure test kit, and now we're gonna go hook it up to the Suburban and see what kind of fuel pressure we have. I'm assuming like 10 pounds, which is probably not enough to run that thing. I think it has at least 40 as well. Yeah, 30 is like the min, yeah. But I do think I have a little bit of gas that we can dump in there. So that's kind of where we're going with this. We've got some danger mud right there. And then back here, if we can reach it, right there is that fuel pressure test port. So I'm gonna have to actually crawl up in here. Let me give you that real quick. Enter the engine bay. And I think I've got the right adapter here for this truck. Man, these things are so cool with the storage compartment and everything.
I know.
Sweet.
I think there's stuff in there.
You know what? I think it's actually the one. It's actually this one. We don't even need an adapter.
Straight on.
Yeah. Because that other one wouldn't even start. Oh yeah, it's this one.
Well, that makes it easier.
Yeah, it sure does. Okay, that thing is tight. And all we gotta do now is turn the key.
Oh, the lights are barely coming on, man.
Let me grab
So we'll have to jump pack it.
What's crazy is the interior of this truck is super nice. The original blue interior. Check this out. Man. That is a clean old truck. Fuel pump. 60. 60?
Yep.
Well, that's not good.
That's right.
We've got bigger problems.
It goes down when you turn it off.
I know, it bleeds off so fast. Turn it on one more time. 30.
Drop that time.
Yeah, try again. 60. Try to crank it. See what happens.
Ready?
Yeah. We don't have enough battery, do we? Oh, the jump pack's dead. Okay, so we get 60 instantly, and then it just immediately drops off.
It should drop slow.
Yeah, and I think the rule of thumb is like more than 5 PSI every 2 seconds is a bad deal. And it dumped it all. It dumps all of it, man. It's gotta be returning it all to the tank. It looks like that's just that one bolt that holds that guy on. Cool. All right, so now we can, I brought starting fluid. We could just spray a little bit of that in there. It should make it run, I think.
We just need a little
juice.
Little juice.
And I did pull the MAF so it wouldn't have, wouldn't be trying to meter our unmetered air here. That should solve some problems. We pulled the Silverado over here real fast to charge this thing because it's completely dead. Try it. Oh, stop. Oh. Ah, shoot. Try again. Close the throttle and crank it. We just don't have enough battery, I don't think. Well, we've decided it's time. We've seen like 4 backfires out of this thing, just consistently backfiring, and it does kind of take off. It catches, you know, and then it has that thing like it's coming up, like it's slamming into fighting compression, you know, where it's like, so it does seem like it's timing. We don't know why. We did discuss that everything on that engine's original, basically. Like the distributor, it's like a weird
My dad brought that brand new.
Yeah. Nothing.
Special ordered it.
Other than fuel pumps. Fuel pumps, you said?
Fuel pumps and regular maintenance.
Yep. So It's gotta be that, I mean, there's enough fuel pressure to start it, obviously. And it might need an FPR, I kind of think it does, but it's gotta be timing. Like, the problem's timing. And we just don't have, we can't check it right now while it's on the trailer and all this fun stuff. And we can only unload it one time. I know that for a fact. We're not unloading this thing twice, or loading it again. What we're gonna do is take this thing over to Jason's place and unload it, and then you can get to it when you got time to actually get to this thing, because I can't get to it right now, even though it's probably easy. It can't be too much.
I wouldn't think it is.
But it's gonna need 2-3 hours of work, I think, and we'd have it done. But it needs a lot more after that. I know you've got big plans for this thing, repainting it and making it perfect again. It's such a cool car. So, well, let's get out of here. It was a fun mission. We got it all done in the middle of the night.
Yeah. It was a long night.
It was a long night, and luckily we had like the Milwaukee light to kind of light up the trailer a little bit, and only 4 cars or something passed us the whole time we were loading this. And every time I thought we were gonna die, because we were on that hill, and like the cars are cresting that hill going like 60, and I was like, don't hit us. Good luck with this thing.
Yeah.
It's a cool truck.
Thanks.
So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shopwatchjairgo.com where you can get cool shirts like this. And please like, share, subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. And I'll talk to you next time. Jason said go drive the ZL1 around, so I'll take you up on that. Oh, I got to hold this, don't I?
Yeah.
I try.
Lock and then hold.
Aha. Man, that thing's evil. It just looks so sinister. 6,000 miles. You picked this up today?
Pretty much.
Okay, I'll be back in 4 hours.
Have fun.
How perfect. There's no traffic. We can literally pull right out onto Mexico proper and make boost. All right, I'm heading back from Mexico. That was maybe a half throttle pull that I kind of eased into 3/4 throttle. That thing is legitimately, it's the most hassle-free fast. Hassle-free fast is so cool. Just touch the gas and it just goes. Oh man, that thing it's effortlessly fast, you know. Oh, it's fun.
10-speed is awesome.
The 10-speed's amazing. Every time I drive the 10-speed, I love it. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Also, fun story, I pulled out onto Mexico Road right over there, and I came up and I was like, I'll come over to this first turnaround and I'll come back and make a pull. And Border Patrol pulls up into the exact same one and then sits there. So I was like, I'm creeping away at like 27 miles an hour watching him in my rearview mirror. I was like, what am I supposed to do? So,
Cruise.
yeah, that's all I could do. But it's super cool, man. Love that thing.